in the Army, in addition to being a woman of God. She's got kids all over, not a lot of kids. They're located geographically not here. Okay. They make movies. They're good kids. Anyway, she is going to share about transitioning. Well, before I go there, we're really weak on reaching out to women veterans, and we're really weak on reaching out to family members. So we're going to have more ladies talking today than we normally do. And not only that, we want to encourage one another to reach out. So we're not going to have any split sessions or any of that. And we'll go from there. So Dianna, if you want to come up. We've got water balloons if she goes over an hour.
5 minutes. I wish I could.
Well, he was. Because Jim and I can't talk that long.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, first of all, good morning to all of you awesome people.
Good morning. Good morning.
I feel very honored and to be sharing, to be engaging, and maybe we can have a little dialogue if there's any questions. I'm going to do more than 10 minutes though. I'll try to keep it down low, maybe 15.
At church.
We just have some church right now, right here, right now. But this is such a joy. And I want to say to Dana and Sue for setting up that boat ride. Let's give them. I said to one of the lovely ladies, I said, this was therapy for me. Mental health therapy where you need that time, to unwind and from all of the craziness and the busyness of life. So I just honor the presence of God that's here and that's in you. And to Dana and Sue, of course, who have been real inspiring in my life for many years. I've been residing in Buffalo going on 39 years. And I've known them for most of those years. Honorable people, loving, caring, dedicated to the cause. And to Paul, the president, bless you, man. And to Marcus, where's Marcus? The vice president?
No.
Who's the VP?
Bob's VP.
Paul is the...
I'm president, Bob is vice president, Marcus is secretary.
Okay, somebody gave me wrong information, but nevertheless, you've been... Thank you for the update. She was under distress, okay? So, all right. Yes, but I asked Sue, I said, how long has PMIM International Ministry has been into existence? She said since 1984. So today they have asked me to present on transition to civilian life. I'm going to give you a little synopsis about my background first. Then I want to talk about, is it not a cause? And then go into a couple of the things. Talk about David and the life that giants in our life. And talk about the sweet pot, that sweet place in our lives. Then I'm going to close out with another scripture. But I do, since we prayed, and it's okay to move forward. I'm good on that. So, when I asked Sue, I said, Sue, I know you said transition to civilian life, but I said to her, these are some of the other notes that come to my mind. The purposeful path and the cycle of life as I have transitioned into civilian life. And there was, I want to correct something, by the way. They just said I have multiple kids spread all out. Let me just tell you this. I don't. I almost said 4, but 3. I have 3 adult children, 45, You see, you have to think about it, 38 and 28, for 4 grandchildren, and all his 39 years of marriage. So I've been residing in Buffalo 39 years of marriage. So you get a little something about me, you know what I mean? So, in saying this, there's a particular scripture that really just downloaded into my heart. And it says, your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. Psalms 119, 105. When I talk about the circle of life and the transition of life, I'm going to get into not too much nitty-gritty stuff, but there are times when we need to be transparent in order to move ahead with the reality of life and the journey and the purposeful path that we all are taking through many challenges. So I served in the Army. I went in 1975. I had no idea I was going in. I was finishing up with a business school in Jersey City, New Jersey. And a dear Hispanic friend of mine, she said, Dianna, let's go check out the armed forces, knowing that the radical person that I am, I'm the quiet one, but the leader, my mother said in the group. I said, well, let's go check it out. Well, we both went and we talked to United States Army recruiter. He said, well, won't you girls come and take the test and let's see what happens. My mother knew nothing, sisters knew nothing, 5 girls in the family, mom and the dad. And, well, we both passed. Well, wouldn't you know, she went in a couple weeks later. I had not yet spoken to my mom about entering into the military. I didn't know how to approach her because I knew all the negativity was going to come from the community, from family, from aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandfathers and grandmothers. Who cares? So when I finally said to my mom, I am going into the United States Army, I was surprised at her reactions. She said, well, Dianna, what's new? You know, you do things outside the box anyway. But before that, I had a vision. I was a senior in high school. And I had a vision I really had a vision. I'm not talking about, you know, eating something and then having a vision. But the vision was, I saw myself climbing this huge mountain, and I could not believe it. I just laid there and looked, I was climbing this huge mountain. When I got to the top of the mountain, I looked into this valley. I couldn't believe the diversity of people. I saw trucks and armed forces trucks, and I had no clue what I was looking at. But I knew it was something significant. It was not until I went to the Army I realized that was a vision that God had placed into my heart. And at that moment, I had a praying aunt. Her name was Helen. She always prayed into my life and empowered my life. Said, you know what, you're going to do some great things in life. I couldn't see it, but she had a vision. She could see it. Didn't know I was going to the military, but she saw something. And so that was the beginning part of 1975, going into the military. We had my neighbor, who was a male, said, you know what, you're going in as a female, and you're coming out as a man. Now, I've never been the person who was bold to speak up. In that case, he rattled something in me that I didn't know I had. I said, I want you to feel this. I'm going in as a female and coming out as a female. That shut his mouth. And anything else negative fell to the ground. So from 1975 to 1980, I served in the Army. The rank of a specialist 5. My basic training was at Fort McCullough, Alabama. My occupational skills, you want to know something that shocked my socks off as well. I know nothing about cooking. But you know what? I went in as a 94 Bravo. Mind you, before going in, I finished with business school. Finished classes, everything, graduated. I was in Fort Ord, California for the MOS, military occupational skill. And then I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, for the basic training battalion, United States Army Field Artillery Training Center. Bam, there it is. The moment I got there, that one day, well, I happened to step into the mess hall. We don't know what that is. I stepped into the mess hall. The woman in the office comes out, and she engages me. Her name was Sprague. She was an E3. She engages me. She started dialoguing and talking, and I'm saying, talking and listening to her, and I'm saying, what is she all about? You know what I mean? All I knew, I was supposed to be cooking. Well, she said, and we were talking, I said, oh yeah, I just finished with business school, and she said, hold it. She went back into the office, got the top administrative person. She said, listen to this woman. She said, I need her. And I'm thinking, yes, you do. Because God knows cooking was not on my mind. And so she said, this woman has finished a business school. I need help running this whole battalion administrative office. I said, you got me. I said, what time shall I be here, ma'am? And she said, Dianna, can you come early in the morning? I said, how early? I said, I could come at 6 o'clock in the morning, but we didn't start that early, thank God. I'm telling you. So I went from going to Fort Worth, California, cooking school, to listen to this. I'm just telling you how God moved, and I had no idea. So I went from that moment of time to running the whole battalion administrative mess hall office. I was in there 3 months. So you know I must have fasted and prayed and asked God for help, because God knows I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing something significant. And so after that moment, that 1 year, the colonel requested that I come up and assist the staff sergeant run the whole battalion. Now, mind you, when I also got there, they said, we want her to go to leadership school. I'm saying, what? No, I didn't tell you this part. Basic training, after basic training, when I got to Fort Worth, California, they put me in leadership school. I said, they see something maybe that I don't see. But mind you, I knew I had some leadership abilities in me. So, went there, got to my permanent duty station, there you go, leadership school again. Won the command, I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you something, you know what I mean? You know, because I give God the glory. From leadership school to leadership school, starting as a cook, ending up running the mess hall. Go to the higher up of the colonel. I was like his assistant. And I was very thankful. It was very mental, mind, time-consuming, physical, on my mind, soul, body, and spirit. I'll just put it that way. Because I had some personal experience in California that I did not like. That really kind of almost pushed me at the edge of life. And I remember calling my mother, I said, I don't know what I got myself into, but I'm sticking this one out. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I had some challenges. I'm trying to be very candid in what I say. All right. I had some very, some ongoing, some opposite sex trying to do couple things or did. And so I said, you know what? I made up in my mind. And mind you, I really didn't know, I didn't have that real personal relationship with my father, but I was on my way because I had a praying man. And I made that connection one day. And I said, if God before me, who can be against me? I had to walk and talk my way through the process, 4.5 years. After the process, I had to continue to work through it. And so when I came to Buffalo, New York back in 1980, I still was dealing with the anxiety of trauma, some depression, but here I am. Now, I went from feeling a certain way, this is not in my notes, I'm sorry, to trying to walk it out, get married in 1980, my husband's a Buffalonian, talking about transition, become this pastor's wife, didn't know A from Z, tried to please the whole community and the church, and you know, some churches have a way of calling me first lady. I'm just saying, I said last lady to me, really? Trying to do several things and move in a direction that was still pulling me down. But I knew deep down in my heart that God was calling me to a purposeful path. And I made up in my mind that there's more in me that God has on this path for us than I can see if I'm able to believe in the power within. So I was at Bishop College. Let me just backtrack just for a moment. I was at Bishop College for 1 year. Then I came to Buffalo. And I knew that after they tried to get me through the list, I had a sweet spot of where I felt I needed to go. And that sweet spot was the knowing that I wanted to go back to college and work on my degree. The moment I went back to school, something within me rose up. The new, I won't say new woman, could be, the new person, the new empowerment that God put in me came to attention. And when I came to attention, there was this salute in me that said, hold up. There is the greatness of God. I'm a real soldier. I got proof. Let me show you something. I got proof. I hold these dog tags. These dog tags are sacred to my heart. And the reason why I say this is because if I had to do it again, I told someone if I was much younger, and if I had to do it again, I would give my life for it. And why would you give your life for it? Because of the cause. I was called, not knowingly, to go into the military. Had no idea. But when I stepped onto that soil, as a U.S. United States Army Representative E5, I had a cause to pursue. And knowing that I had a cause to pursue, once I made that transition and going through maybe some depression and talking with the VA counselor, I don't know about nobody, but I'm being honest, I needed some help. And talking with, because some folks don't understand where you're coming from. You know, when you've been molested, some other things happen, and you say, wait a minute, I need help. I gotta make it through this, I'm going to make it through this. God has a purpose, I'm on my purposeful path. And so, I'm going to be representative, counselor. It was the best thing I could have done. Because I was able to reflect back in order to reflect forward. And she said to me, she said, Dianna, because I do writings and I've given her some stuff that I've written and some books I've written and some other things. I ran for the Senate seat, I was working for a congressman. This is after I got in the military and all the crazy stuff. And went to school, and then finally in 2015 got my transformational leadership degree and doing some leadership training with youth in the city right now, working a full-time job as a social worker. And let me rattle this off, okay. Then last year, my daughter and I did a film on Hues of Humanity, Let's Begin the Conversation on Corporate Diversity Training. You know what, I'm just trying to keep myself focused. You know, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, so we just try to, you know what I mean? And you go on and on. And that's okay, all of that stuff is wonderful. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for all of those wonderful opportunities and stuff. But this transition, let me just talk about the purposeful path a moment. Back in, I believe it was last year, I was sitting, I have quiet times when God just downloads stuff. I take my phone, if it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm not getting up to write nothing down. I have my phone, I put stuff in the notes, and this purposeful path was one, probably did about maybe 3 or 4 chapters. And I just took some notes from that, and just want to share. And you know, we'll be ready to share, and then I'm going to take my seat. This particular man, Dean, I was reading his book, Trade Up. And do you happen to know that as I read his books, he talks about the sweet spot and is there not a cause? And he go on. It helped me to reflect back on my journey where I am right now to what's your cause? Do you not have a cause? Well, what are the giants in our life that we are still facing today after many years of being out in the military? After you have empowered the community at large, after you have ran for the Senate seat, after you have been in Point Man since 1984, and you have done great things in your life, and sometimes your family suffer on the side, and you got to find a place to bring it together, oneness, that unity, and all of that, and you're still, is there not a cause in our life? What do we see? You know what, because I'm not satisfied with me. You said, well, you did all this stuff, that's not enough. What do I see? What is it that I need to see? And what is our journey today of where we are? Am I stuck on my journey? Can I stand on your shoulders, you stand on my shoulders, and we can get a better view of where we are to where we need to go? Or am I afraid to step outside the box and do something different that I never have done before? I've been there, done that. I'm faced with a great challenge right now. And I question myself after 13 years of being, after 20-something years being in this field, 13 years being with the agency, when you see the cause is dying, the vision is dying, because no one chooses to step up to the plate and say, this is what we see. How can I make a difference in the community at large? Whether I'm in my church, I tell folks, listen, I like ground zero because that's where the real people are. I don't want to talk this churchy stuff, you know, and then we go outside and nothing changes, the life is the same, and, you know, I have an organization, I have a business and all of this stuff. Ground zero. People are hurting. Veterans are hurting. Children are hurting. Mental health is the greatest. Listen, I work with babies. I'm going off. Let me back up. Just slow down. I work with little people who have been adopted, gone through the transition of being adopted, who's maybe been in 12 different foster care homes, who's been sexually molested, and trauma, complex trauma, all kind of trauma, you name it. And then you have the parents, some of them are still the legal guardians, don't know if they want to be the parent or what, of the child. And they have mental health problems, and everybody got problems if you go into the home and you deal with networking and providers and the court system, and nobody really wants